a city that has to subsidize about 55% of the population. We have a 35% Arab population where many of the women do not or are not allowed to work out of the house. And we have the ultra-Orthodox population, 22.5%, in which the men do not think it is appropriate to be breadwinners, and they devote their lives to study.
הופכת להיות הערך העליון שבשבילו מנוהלים כל החיים החרדיים. הבעל, יותר נכון בתור בחור, נתחיל לדבר עליו כבחור, הוא הולך לישיבה ומתחתן וממשיך עם הלימוד בכולל. התפקיד של האישה הוא לדאוג שכל זה יתאפשר מבחינה כלכלית. האישה יוצאת לעבוד והיא מגדלת את הילדים, והילדים יעשו את אותם דברים שהבעל והאישה עשו.
I'm a mother of 3, but I know I'm supporting and raising 2 Haredi children I've never met. Why do I say that? Because my taxes in Jerusalem are basically raising 2 other children.
ברור, אין שום תיאוריה כלכלית שיכולה לתמוך במצב שבו בעלים לא עובדים באופן שיטתי, ואנשים מפרנסות אותם וגם מגדלות את הילדים. אני בא מבית חרדי, מאזור חרדי. למדתי כמה שנים בישיבות, קרוב ל7 שנים. בזמן האחרון, למעשה לפני קרוב לחצי שנה, עזבתי את הישיבה בעקבות ביקורת שהייתה לי עליה, בעקבות ביקורת שהייתה לי על כל הדרך החרדית. המשפחה שלי היא לא בדיוק חרדית, כך שתודה לאל התאפשר לי להמשיך לחיות איתם. אני יודע שהרבה חרדים שעוזבים ישיבות למעשה מודרים מהחברה החרדית.
I must say I'm Orthodox. I think it's much easier for us, the Orthodox Jews, to go against what's happening in the Haredim, because that we can say it's just not the way Judaism is supposed to be. The larger the Haredi community becomes, the more they try to separate themselves from the rest of the community, and at the same time to force the rest of the community to behave in a certain way.
יש הרבה הגדרות לחרדיות. חרדיות זה... אבל אם יש מה שמאפיין את הציבור החרדי, זה בגדול, מעצם שמו, זה משתמע, החרדה שיש לו מפני כל מה שמייצג העולם החדש, הוא התייחס בחשדנות רבה מאוד. במשך הלימודים שלי בישיבה הרגילו אותנו לחשוב שהעולם החילוני מלא בבורות. אני קורא לזה מסוכן, מסוכן לנו ולהם.
I love this city. One of the things that are the most difficult for me is knowing that we have a fight between Jerusalem lovers. In the last years, some ultra-Orthodox families moved here. You could see some new phenomena that you didn't see before, which actually were conflict between the new population and the older one. 2 days ago when I went to her kindergarten, future kindergarten, so a lady just shouted me, "Where is your skirt? Why don't you wear a skirt?" I can frankly say that here the secular people started to be afraid that their environment and the way they lived will change. And we saw in Jerusalem some neighbors that it happened, like more and more ultra-Orthodox entered, influenced the lives of the neighborhood, and the secular people left.
My name is Ofer Berkovich. I'm a city council member of Awakening in Jerusalem, which is a social and political movement of young people who are fighting for the future of Jerusalem as a pluralistic city.
The Haredim have more political power than their actual percentage of the population, and they made sure throughout the years to change the laws in a way that will support them financially very dramatically. These days in the municipality, and I'm part of this hard work, we're making a very big effort to make sure that we do everything that we're capable of doing for the non-Haredi residents of Jerusalem. It just wasn't that way for the past 15 years.
We are fighting to help the small businesses that a lot of young people are running. We are fighting for a good education system, so young couples which are concerned about their education of their children will be satisfied to live here. We are fighting for culture. Jerusalem was a very big culture center, and it lost her position in Israel, and a lot of writers and artists and actors who were living here left for Tel Aviv.
I was on my way to Tel Aviv, and I already had an apartment there. And then on the last second, I said, no, I'm staying in Jerusalem. There is something here in the air. This is the place I want to breathe in.
Culture for Jerusalem is also our collective memory and our conscience of all that lies behind us, layer upon layer of fascinating history. Christian culture, Muslim culture, Jewish culture, all together, intertwined in this city.
If you go up there, it's the city center of the west, and if you go to the east over there, this is the city center of the east. The west is the Jewish west, yeah? And the east is the Middle Eastern Arab society. For many Israelis, this is the line that you don't cross. You are afraid of it. And I guess part of this project, part of working here, is to bring people to the nearest point that they can reach, and then ask them, okay, are you ready to do the next step?
The gallery gave hope to many people. And being here and opening a gallery here is a kind of a vision.
The reason that the art is outside is to have this kind of like conversation in a place that conversation is not so obvious. Like, try to imagine conversation today between Orthodox community, Ashkenazi, Mizrahi, Palestinians. It doesn't happen. But through these works, in a way, something can start to happen.
Jerusalem is still building itself up. It's still trying to discover what it is. It's like a teenager all of a sudden realizing there are certain things that it can do, certain things that it dreams of doing, certain things that it imagines of doing, and all of these things are happening now.
יצאתי לעולם החילוני, לעולם המערבי, וגיליתי שמדובר בעולם מרתק, עולם מעניין, עולם שמגרה מבחינה אינטלקטואלית לא פחות מהעולם שממנו הגעתי.
It's always complicated, but every solution we'll find here, that's what's going to happen at the end of the day throughout the country.
I want the ultra-Orthodox in Jerusalem and the secular people together will develop a model that could be a model for the entire Jewish world of how to share and to respect each other.
I'm full of faith about the ability to change the situation. I'm full of faith in the Jerusalem people. I think it's a very, very important mission for Jerusalem people, for the Israeli people, for the world.